What's going on? This is Ryan with Automatic Comics, and up next, I've got a good old-fashioned unboxing video here. I've got 3 boxes, should be 4 books total. Some pretty cool books. One of them is it's called A Really Big Key. Another one is also a pretty big key. One of them might be a keeper book. We'll see, but excited to get into these. Let's check these out. All right, so before we get started, please remember to hit that like button and hit the subscribe button if you'd like to see more content like this. So I'm going to start with this one, this box, which I have actually already opened and checked. This was actually a pretty interesting one, but I closed it back up just to keep it safe while I was waiting to film a video. But basically, someone reached out to me. I don't know if they watch my YouTube channel or follow me on Instagram, or if it was they saw my eBay page, and they said, hey, I've got a couple books for sale. Are you interested? And I was like, yeah, send me the pictures. And I asked what he wanted for it, and I said I wasn't interested in one of them. I was interested in the other, and he said, just give me a price. And so I gave him a price. He said that seems fair. I had never worked with this person before though, so I said, you're gonna have to ship the book to me first, and then I will pay you. And I wasn't sure if he would be willing to do that. I know some people would not be willing to do that, but I figure I put myself out here enough that people would trust me that I am going to pay them once I get the book, as long as everything's okay. And he shipped the book, I checked it out, everything was good, and I paid him, and he seemed happy. So this is that book, and let me get out of the bag here. But yeah, I looked through this book. I was happy with it. I think it's either the grade, like we had talked about the grade, basically somewhere probably between a 3 and a 3.5. I think he said it was a 3.5. I think it's between a 3 and a 3.5. And here is the book. It is Batman #6. And so it's a nice presenting copy, great colors on this copy. It does have a little bit of paper loss down in the corner. The centerfold is detached, but the cover was attached. I think it was attachable staples. I don't know. I looked at this a little while ago. I've had it waiting to film the unboxing video, but yeah, this is one of the covers I really like from that first 10 issues of Batman. It's it's an action cover, Batman and Robin swinging in, a very similar feel to Batman #1. And it's got, when you look close at it, it's actually got a really cool appearance to it. It's got this kind of like this pinstripe, red and yellow on it. So really cool cover, and I was happy with it. He was happy with the deal. And so now I have this really cool copy of Batman #6. And this is not the keeper book. I actually have a Promise Collection copy of Batman #6 that's a little bit nicer grade. But yeah, cool book. Keeper book is in one of the other boxes, and that's going to be the one I'm going to open last. All right, now this is the next box here. This is 2 books I picked up off of a claim sale on Instagram. So let's cut into these. I'll check these books out. There should be, I think it's 1 pre-code horror book and 1 kind of like sci-fi type book. All right, so let's get these out of the bubble wrap, and let's check these books out.
A few moments later.
Okay, so I moved them into new Mylars so that they are, all nice and pretty and all that kind of stuff. So the first one here, this is the pre-code horror book. This is Suspense #19. It's not Suspense Comics like the really early one where you had the LB Cole covers, that kind of stuff. This is a Russ Heath cover, I believe. I don't know if he signed this one or not. I'm pretty sure this is a Russ Heath cover. Yeah, I don't see his name on this, but pretty sure it is. Yeah, pretty cool cover, really nice, bright colors. There's a little bit of paper loss down on the bottom there. But yeah, cool cover. You've got kind of this looks like almost like a demon woman here. You've got this skull guy digging this guy's grave. So pretty cool content. This is from Atlas, so precursor to Marvel, and one of the publishers that I've been talking about quite a bit for pre-code horror, because it feels like Atlas hasn't gotten all that much attention yet, but they have some really cool covers with some great artists like this one. So Suspense #19. And then the other one here is Planet Comics number 52. Now, this one, it has a kind of like a full-length crease here and a little, like a, let's see if I can get it to show up. There you go. You can see kind of like a full-length crease on the cover there, and it has a little paper loss on the spine. But the big selling point with this copy is that the colors are fantastic. I have owned another copy of this book in the past, and the one that I had was a very kind of like light yellow background. It's not that it had faded, it's that Fiction House, it's just with those books, a lot of times you have a huge variation in color strike. I've talked about color strike a lot. It's one of the things that to me has become one of the more important factors when I'm looking at a book. I mean, grade tends to be, in terms of value, like grade is the most important thing. Next thing really for me is color strike. And the color strike on this copy is fantastic. It is really deep orange in the background. So pretty cool cover. You got the, the Good Girl Art type cover. This is a Joe Doolin cover. This crazy kind of sci-fi monster thing. That's the Planet Comics run is known for. Basically, if you're looking for Golden Age, sci-fi, Good Girl Art type covers, Planet Comics really is the main run. And it's a long run, too. It goes over 70 issues. There are a lot of issues out there. Tends to be the more expensive ones tend to be near the beginning and then near the end of the run. But yeah, really cool cover. Amazing color strike, Planet Comics number 52. All right, now, final book here. So this one is also has, I think, kind of like a fun story behind it. I picked this up from another Instagram seller that I've talked about a number of times. His name, or his Instagram name is Prince of Cheese. And this was a book that he basically had the opportunity to pick it up raw. And he reached out to me and, just kind of like asked me some questions, what I thought about it in terms of price and that kind of thing for the potential grade. And he ended up picking up the book. And after he got it and then he sent it into CGC, got it graded, he reached out to me to ask if I would be interested in it. And so we started talking and we worked out a kind of like a combination cash trade deal. And I sent the books to him, paid him, and he sent this to me. So this is a pretty cool book. I have never owned this book before, and it is a pretty awesome cover. I'm pretty excited about this one. This is the one that is definitely a potential keeper book for me. And when I say that, I mean, because people always kind of ask about it, keeper books, they aren't there permanently. My keeper list is always fluctuating depending on what books I get in. If someone reaches out to me and has an offer that I think is acceptable for one of the books on my keeper list, I sell it. I have sold a couple of the big books from my keeper list recently, so just because it's on the keeper list doesn't mean it's there permanently. It does still fluctuate. But this is a cool book. That is a awesome looking cover. First time I've seen it in person. I haven't ever actually seen this book in person before, and I've talked about that before. Like, a lot of times with these relatively rare Golden Age books or the bigger keys, I haven't seen them in person. The show I go to is relatively small. I don't really go to big cons or anything like that. I don't really have an interest in paying the massive prices that are at big cons. And so I don't have the opportunity to see these books in person usually until I've purchased them. So what this is Detective Comics number 73. This is the first and only cover appearance of the Scarecrow in the Golden Age. He does not appear again until Batman, 189? I think it's 189. And that's when he's his first Silver Age appearance. He's on the cover in that one. But this is such an amazing cover. And colors look great on it. That's one of the big, again, big selling point for me on this one. It does have kind of like a dust shadow over on the side here. And it did look like, and we talked about this as well, that it would have the potential to maybe press a little bit higher, but there's just some fragility at the spine at the staples. And so that's one of those things that I'm a little nervous about. I probably won't. I'll probably leave it as is, but a great looking 3.5. There's the back cover. I always like these back covers from DC. These early back covers, they have a lot of color. They're always kind of fun advertisements. But yeah, Detective Comics number 73. It says it right on there. First and only Golden Age Scarecrow cover appearance. And so, yeah, his first appearance is in World's Finest #3. I've shown that book a couple times. I actually had a raw one that I showed the interior of in a prior video. But let's see if I can show you kind of the pressable part. So you can see there are definitely some indentations kind of on the cover. He said he did lightly press it, but he had the same concerns that I have. It's like when I saw the Grader's Notes too, you can see it's just like, it just talks about some, it's attached, but you could detach it if you try to press it too hard, that kind of thing. So it has the potential for some pressable defects that could be improved, but yeah, colors are they just pop on this copy. They look really, really good. Better than I actually thought they were gonna look. I thought maybe they were gonna be a little more orange, but really nice bright reds on this one, you know, contrasting the yellow and the blue for Detective Comics. Great looking book. Super happy with this. So yeah, Prince of Cheese on Instagram. Make sure you go check him out. Subscribe to his channel. He does sales somewhat regularly, and I picked up some cool books from him, like this Detective Comics #73. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Saw some cool stuff. Like I said, Planet Comics 52, just amazing color strike on that copy. Then this Suspense Comics #19. Again, another one. Really great colors, cool pre-code horror cover. And then the two, you know, kind of like two Batman books. We've got the Batman #6, you know, right here. Again, nice looking copy. And the Detective Comics #73, first Golden Age cover appearance of the Scarecrow. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell, all that kind of stuff. I get more videos over here. If you'd like to watch some of my other videos, subscription button is right here. If you'd like to subscribe to the channel, I'd really appreciate it. And I will see you in the next video.